Hello, everybody. This is Walrus McFish Sr., and we are back with some more Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Yeah, it's Harrigan, the Evocator, Halfling Artificer of Gozag. And, yeah, it's a new day. I felt like recording some more Dungeon Crawl. It's the weekend, might as well get a few videos up while we got the time. Last video went pretty well, I think. We took down Manoleg. Unfortunately, he's still skulking around somewhere in the Abyss. But we got his rune. I was sort of wondering a little bit about the implications of that. I mean, I doubt it means that he's going to be able to come and stalk us here in Pan anymore. But I wonder about during the orb run. I mean, it seems like during the orb run, the dimensions sort of all seem to be collapsing inwards on themselves anyway. So maybe he can get folded back into our reality during the orb run. But I'm hoping Manolik doesn't show up here, and even if he does, well, to give us another chance to redeem ourselves, maybe take him down for good. But in any case, I was thinking maybe we could go back through the Abyss and, get that potion of potion of beneficial mutation. But the Abyss is getting to be an ever scarier place. I mean, I feel like if I jump back in there, it's pretty likely that Manoig might ambush us. So let's keep our distance. Let's keep our number of times going back into the Abyss at a minimum here. And let's just see if we can finish off the rest of Pan. Maybe find one of these other Pan Lords. This is a long hallway with not really much of a point by the looks of it. Very geometrical Pan floor. Interesting. Unfortunately, the putrid ones are the one type of demon spawn that we cannot use Mephitic Cloud on. Yeah, this level of Pan seems rather vacant. I don't know to what extent, these parameters can vary in generating Pan levels. It's all quite random, it seems, but this one in particular seems like it's either very sparse, or maybe it's just very concentrated. Like maybe there's a bunch of guys hanging out together in one huge cluster. But in any case, if that is the case, we don't need to stay around and see it. This place is boring. Give it 1 out of 2 stars. Fewer. Oh, I hope that wasn't a special place, was it? I really doubt it was. I just want to triple check that, just for my own peace of mind here. That was a kill a clown. Okay, we passed through a different way. Yeah, there was no mention of a Mighty Pan Lord or anything like that. I assume that if there is a Mighty Pan Lord and you try to leave, it'll give you like a warning message, like, hey, buddy, if you do this, you're an idiot, because you're not going to be able to get the rune anymore. But I've never actually seen it happen, so I'm not sure. And it always sort of stresses me out when going through Pan. I assume it's the sort of thing that the Dungeon Crawl devs would definitely make sure is in the game. Right, in NetHack it just wouldn't tell you. It would be like, oh, by the way, the game is unwinnable. Better luck next time. I'm pretty sure that could happen sometimes in NetHack in weird situations, where it's like you couldn't complete the quest or whatever. But then there was also a lot of other weird ways to get around stuff in NetHack. You ever see that document that was like trying to get the absolute speed run in NetHack, like the absolute possible fastest times by absolutely min-maxing everything? It's pretty insane, and so far as I know, it's actually incomplete. Like, it makes it pretty far in the game, using like all sorts of crazy tactics that you would never ever expect. We don't need Scrolls of Fear, do we? Scrolls of Fear. Let's not pick those up anymore. But it's really, really interesting. Everything from just like start scumming the game, because I guess the game's random number generator uses the clock, the clock of the game as a seed, or at least it used to. Maybe they changed it because it was leading to abuse, but it's like you had to start at a particular time, right down to the second, to be able to make sure that you got the right seed that you wanted, and then from there you could go crazy. You could polymorph yourself into whatever. It's just a very interesting read to me. I always like those sorts of tool-assisted speed runs. I like watching speedruns. I think it's pretty entertaining. Both human speedruns, that's really impressive, obviously. And tool-assisted as well. I just think it's really cool to see the ways that you can just sort of break a game if you put your mind to it. Hell Sentinel down there we'd rather not deal with. If we don't have to. Okay, let's back up here. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be somewhere crazy in here. Let's back off towards the periphery. I did a little bit of Super Mario World speedrunning in college. Nothing competitive or anything like that, but me and my friend Ben just sort of made it a thing where we were trying to go back and forth competing for the best Super Mario World time. I got mine pretty good. I don't want to quote a time because I sort of forget what my time is. I might be able to find it, but it was pretty good. Like, it was definitely like, Now I completely don't want to say, because what if I get it completely wrong? And I mean, for a speed run, you know, I mean, I was thinking it might be 7 minutes or 12 minutes, but obviously that's a huge difference. Now I completely do not even remember what it was. So I should probably look that up before I start bragging about it. But it's fun. I mean, you know, I'm not trying to brag about my score. That was not my intention. I'm just saying it's an interesting exercise. You know, it's not fun in the same sense as playing video games is usually fun. Because it's all about, you know, doing the same thing over and over again and consistency. You know, I mean, I mentioned that in one of my other Dungeon Crawl videos. You know, Dungeon Crawl is about consistency. So maybe I just like it, you know. I really appreciate high-skill games that require quite a bit of investment. Oh no, there's a Hell Sentinel over there. I remember why we weren't coming down that way. Okay, well maybe we'll wait for the Hell Sentinel to come around the corner. Yep, and now let's just blink down here, control blink. Oh, there's 2 of them. Never mind. But it's okay. I wanted to get out of that Hell Sentinel-ridden region anyway. Pretty annoying. Gate leading out of Pan. Okay, you know what? That's just as good. I'm going to jump out here. Pass through the gate. Fine. And we'll jump back in later, but let's go and find that beneficial mutation first, maybe. While we're here, you know, we might as well maybe stock up our food a little bit, because we were getting a little concerned about that. Yaktor. Stop it. Come on, you guys. Be cool, be cool. Just get killed quick enough. I'm trying to go get a beneficial mutation here. Hey! And no mutating me, please. Alright, yeah, these guys are tough. Let's put up our buffs and just tap through. I shouldn't be tapping completely mindlessly. I just need to use half a brain here. And yeah, getting a little bit more gold. One thing I'm noticing is that Pandemonium's a little stingy with the gold. Yeah. I think it's a little bit annoying that Gozag does not give you gold for destroying demons or undead, you know, so you are limited by corpses basically in the same way that all other races are. I think that'd be pretty cool if you could just get gold from demons and stuff too. I think that might be a little bit of a necessary buff for Gozag. That'd be kind of interesting, I think. At least that way you can keep up your gold production throughout Pan, maybe fund a bunch more shops. Like, I would love to fund a few more shops right now. Maybe, you know, definitely make sure I have enough for bribes and stuff like that. But I don't know, I'm sort of feeling a little bit limited, especially now that I spent $400 here. You know, gotta pinch pennies. Quaff our potion of beneficial mutation and hope something good happens. Yeah, not wearing our amulet. Quaff that. Oh man, come on, Halfling. What is this? Should have been worshipping Zin at this rate. Well, what a waste of 400 bucks. Let's just go back into Pandemonium. So find Pan, go there. Maybe I should take the Orcish one inside. Well, probably the next place we're going after this is either Hell or Tomb. Wait, 1 second though. Do we have the food? Yeah, let's go to this food shop real quick and buy them out. Let's buy these bread ration, meat ration, just a couple more rations. There we go. Cool. Alright, we're good now. Now go back to Pan. Alright, nice. Just a quick little pit stop here. That's kind of convenient. You don't often find just like a straight up portal out of Pan. And now we're back. And there's that pizza that I considered buying, but now we can just eat that right now. Let's eat it right now. I don't want it in my inventory. Ice Devil, not a problem, but I'd still rather not fight anybody. Let's see if we can stealth our way out of this situation. Okay, Shadow Fiends, no thanks. Shadow Fiends, no thanks. Maybe let's blink away, control blink away. No, we really just need to avoid the Fiends. If we avoid the 1s, possibly the 2s, then we're fine. Like, no, I don't want to deal with that. But there's another way to get out. Twisted glowing rod down here. Interesting. I sort of want to attract that Shadow Fiend's attention. And then control blink down onto that way out. Oh, there's 2 Shadow Fiends. Well, is that even worth it anymore? Let's do it, I guess. Oh no, that's bad. We're going to attract the Fiends with us. We'll get them out of here, and then we'll... Oh, I should have dispersed them away, and then did it. Disperse away. And now control blink up here. We got a little bit tormented, and in fact, that's completely my bad. It wasn't a Mighty Pandemonium world, right? Yeah. So if I were smarter, what I would have done there is disperse them before I went through that region. Okay, so yeah, we just passed through another area, right? But we didn't see any Panlord warnings. identify. Fortunately, when you control blink, it doesn't seem like they can really catch up on which way you're going, which is really convenient. I mean, I guess it sort of makes sense. I don't know if you indicate any sort of directionality. Maybe if you're, like, skilled with magic, you can detect basically which way somebody was blinking. Like, you know, you detect their warp signature or whatever. Interesting. Well, that was a little annoying. How about let's back away? I didn't like that exactly. I'd rather not get my intelligence drained anymore, so let's just control blink down out of here. One more control blink down this way. That avatar follows me around, which is kind of creepy, you know? Why are you, like, stalking me? You can leave anytime. He's not, like, that's the weird part. He doesn't even want to go next to you, exactly. He just sort of wants to, like, creepily follow you around, like he's got, like, a restraining order or something. Rust Devil. Okay, can take a Rust Devil. Just gradually getting up my skills a little bit more. I mean, we've been fighting lots of crazy demons. Look, my translocations is up to 21. Pretty soon, I think that we'll have that up to surpassing my evocations. Which is something, because I don't exactly like my title right now. Can we just sneak away from an executioner? We're right next to him. That was pretty funny. Yeah, you just keep on going his way. Pretty amazing stealth, right? Well, the smoke demon can get us. He's going to smite us and whatever. That's annoying. He made a little bit of fog for us, though, which is kind of cool. I can always run away if I need to. Blink away. Okay, yeah, we just go here and now we're good. Good. Horrors of the Abyss. More horrible than usual. Let's not go to the Abyss. 'Tis a silly place. What are we talking about here? It is a holy realm. Oh no, that's just a ziggurat. Fine. We don't need to go to no ziggurat. I was like, I thought I saw a demon over there. Yeah, angels and demons in the same spot seems to be a theme in this pandemonium. And I mean, a ziggurat would be fine, but we're not nearly zig ready. We're not, like, trolling for zigs here or anything like that. Yo, okay, Faum and a Hell Sentinel. That's not where we want to be. Let's back off away from that region. I mean, there's bound to be a gate over there, but, you know, it would have to be a hard-earned gate. Harrigan's a little bit lazier than that. We like to take the path of least resistance sometimes. Wouldn't be profitable, you know. Gozag understands. Scroll of Teleportation. A Book of Hindrance, which is probably not anything that we want. Yep. Guess we might as well stab this guy a couple of times. Oh, well, leave me alone. I thought with these Blue Devils we might just be able to use our Quick Blade of Flaming. It still seems like Distortion is just much more effective pretty much all the time. Even at the cost of sometimes being slightly annoying. Blizzard Demons, no, just back out of that cloud. These guys fly, I'm sure, right? They fly magically, yeah. So a couple of airstrikes would take them down. But it would also probably create some noise. I imagine airstrike is a pretty noisy spell. Just a ton of these guys, huh? My cold resistance is not excellent. But it's okay, we can take them out. I guess I could look up how noisy it is, to be honest, if I really wanted to. You can go to the Abyss. Okay, you can stop doing things just completely. Let's hit him with an airstrike if everybody's going to be like that anyway. So many Blizzard Demons. What is this? This is like Blizzard Central. This is like, you know, ski season or something. Oh, because there's like a... It's Vuv. I get it. It's Vuv, the Lord of the Blizzard Demons. It's like the most blizzardy blizzard of them all. Like a blizzard from Dairy Queen. Is that where blizzards are from? Now I'm confused. I've never actually had a blizzard, if I'm going to be honest. I used to be way into Frosties from Wendy's back in the days when I didn't care so much about my health or nutrition, and I mostly just wanted to eat Frosties. Not to say I don't appreciate a good Frosty anymore, but it's like back in the day I would eat like, you know, 1-2 Frosties a day. Nowadays I think that would kill me. Okay. Well, I don't like this blizzardy Vuv realm here exactly. Vuv sounds like something out of a Dr. Seuss book. It reminds me of Voom from The Cat in the Hat. Was that from the Cat in the Hat? That was from the Cat in the Hat Comes Back. I don't remember. Cool. Easy way out. Passing right through. Shadowy figures. Okay, so this is what we're looking for. Great. That was a nice little introductory tour through Pan. Scenic tour through some of the many, many wonderful levels of Pandemonium. And now we're here and ready to actually fight Glork's Vlock. Where are you, Glorks? Can we see him with our gold sense? I thought we might be able to get an indication of that. I think that's probably more in Hell. In Tartarus, there seems to be a pretty big gold stash next to the rune, but I thought there might be some gold here too. I thought there was some in here. What do I know? All right. Well, I guess we've got good negative energy resistance, so we're pretty happy. We're probably ready to just tab our way through most of this, although we expect to find executioners in here. That's sort of like Glork's Vlock's signature demon pal. Sort of like King of the Executioners or something like that. No, we're not going to pass through. See, I'm tempted to just try to pass through to see whether or not it gives me that message. But we're not going to tempt fate like that. Obviously, we're going to go get this rune. Wherever it is. And doing this without magic mapping, again, is pretty stupid. Oh, I should have picked up magic mapping, huh? While I was outside. It would have been a smart thing to do. But I don't mind. I don't mind doing it the old-fashioned way. Poke around here, you know, who cares? Not like we're any imminent threat. New book, new book, new book. What do we got? What do we got? I'm very curious. Let's eat a bread ration and then just eat another bread ration. There, I'm very full, but that's okay. The Fen Folio. A collection of spells once used by the great swamp civilizations. Their towers have crumbled and decayed, but this book remains. Pages flecked with peat and moss. Corpse rot, stone arrow, latest liquefaction. Summon forest, hydra form, and summon hydra. That's really interesting. It's sort of like a swamp book. Never heard of this before. But that's really cool, I guess. I don't know. I think that must be new. I kind of like it. Pretty interesting. Unseen horror comes into view. It's a pretty paradoxical game. It's kind of an oxymoron there. But I know what you mean. Yeah, we have some vulnerability here. Yeah, we got these boxes of beasts. Yeah, we have some vulnerability to negative energy, but not like a whole lot. So I think we're relatively okay. We have the ability to get a little bit more, maybe. But I think our current armor loadout is just too good. Here's some demon spawns. Yeah, we can just use Mephitic Cloud on these guys. Confused, dead. Just kill them all and kill them all. Yep. These guys can all just get banished to the abyss. Banished to Dark Oblivion, please. No problem. Yeah, this place doesn't seem so bad. Honestly, these like well-defined Panlord areas with the mighty Panlords, sometimes their stuff is just doesn't even seem nearly as bad as like some of the random Panlords that you find. That's the nature of randomness, I guess. You know, I mean, maybe these guys are in the upper quartile of the bell curve, but you know, what with the game, occasionally you run into that guy like you had Shatter and the distortion effect. That guy was, you know, on the dance floor. He was a beast. So is this looking like the sort of place where we were likely to find Glork's Vlock? I don't know. It's looking to be a little bit square. Executioners here. That's a pretty good sign. Yeah, alright. So this is pretty likely. We're going to fight them one at a time. Get up our evasion for sure. And a shroud. Why not? He's going to speed up and then cause all sorts of mischief. But I think we got this now. They're just going to get sort of disappeared and we can take them out. Yep. Almost dead. Kill them all. Go to the abyss. Take out as many executioners as we can, definitely. And I love fighting in this hallway here. Because that way we only have to deal with them one at a time. That's really excellent. You know, these guys aren't so bad. If it were, you know, Brimstone Fiends or something. You know, I think Cerebos' realm is one of the worst because he's got those fiends that know the symbol of torment. So you can't fight in a hallway like that and feel good about it. You know, executioners, they just got their strong melee. That's one thing. But strong melee you can deal with. With Tormentors, I mean, what else are you supposed to do? This guy seems tough, doesn't he? But maybe it's just because I didn't have my buffs up yet. Okay, yikes. Yeah, he's hitting pretty hard. Let's disperse him. What happens? I meant to disperse. Oh, he teleported. Good. He teleported away. So that's fine. We're just sort of going to hang out here for a second. Maybe make sure that nobody comes to get us. Here's that executioner coming back around the bend. How about a couple of airstrikes? What do you think about that? Yeah. Maybe we can try a couple, mix it up with a couple of airstrikes too. Yeah, almost dead. Those airstrikes worked really well. I should be airstriking them. I guess maybe they're kind of tough to hit, but they're kind of fragile. I don't know. They don't appreciate being blown apart. Like these weird bony constructs. I don't know. The wind is bad for them. But I'm glad that we're sort of peeling off most of these executioners by the looks of it. Oh, Shroud fell apart, but that's okay-ish. Maybe Ring of Shaolin would be an option here too, honestly. Ring of Shaolin could kick our defenses up even to the next level. Even 8 additional evasion on top of that, getting up towards almost 50 EV. That could be really excellent. So I'd like to take out all these guys, you know, draw off everybody here. I'm pretty convinced that this is the place that we're trying to fight, right? You know, all these executioners and everything else. More airstrike, take them out. Nice. Curse Skull. Okay, so that's the thing. Curse Skull, Curse Skull, Curse Skull. That I was not expecting, actually. That throws a wrench in my plan a little bit. I'd rather not have to fight a Curse Skull, honestly. Can you just, like, wander away? Curse Skull is nearby. Yeah, can you wander over that way? Like, what are the odds of you just sort of wandering over in that direction in a random walk, Gaussian type fashion? Let's hide back up here to decrease the chance that he is going to come back up and find us. But I feel like this is gotta be where Glurk's flock is hanging out. Like, here's the outside. Let's jump into the inside. There's that executioner. Close this door maybe and sort of peel off to the side. Now this might be a little bit dangerous. Let's get our buffs up. Okay, so there's a sleeping executioner. You think that maybe Glorksy is hanging out there too. Yeah, we'd love to be able to take these guys out. I'd love to try to get the stab on him, but no way. I mean, we're going to take the risk. Yeah, so he's going to hear us fighting. Probably Glurk's flock is going to come around the corner and start tormenting us any second. Which I hate. But what are you going to do? Let's use this Shadow Wraith as a buffer and take out this Executioner with a couple airstrikes. That works brilliantly. Airstrike works great against everything. You can see why I was so excited to have it. Airstrike is completely OP. Executioner. Let's just take him out with airstrikes before he even gets a chance. Well, that guy seems a little bit tougher than usual, doesn't he, huh? So we'll just blink him away. Yeah, you disappear. You're gone. Gone for not so good, unfortunately. More Curse Skulls. But what else are we going to do? Can we just sort of penetrate our way deeper in? There's Glurk's Vok wandering around, and a Curse Skull. Alright, so there's a lot of bad stuff here, honestly. Glurk's Vok, Demon Lord of Darkness. Not the kind of guy you want to meet. He's just got, I don't know. He's probably pretty smelly. Yeah, that's right. I said Glurk's Vok. That's why nobody wants to hang out with you. It's an uncomfortable thing to say to a Panlord, but, you know, he's got this weird miasma thing going on. He's obsessed with miasma right now, and nobody else thinks it's cute. It's the Executioner. Getting tons of experience dealing with all of these, just killing all these guys. I mean, killing all of these one-tier demons has got to be doing something for my experience levels. Something, right? When we get evocations up to 22, we'll probably just turn that off in the hopes that we can get a new title. And I mean, evocations 22 is pretty good. More guys wandering out here. Okay, there's one I can fight. I'm happy to fight you. You disappear. Fine. Yeah, just get over here. Yeah, just disappear. Alright, I think the best thing is probably just to banish a curse skull or something. Like, I would love to just get really close to him and then banish him or something, maybe get a nice stab. Yeah, let's just take this stab. We got the distortion up. Let's try it. Can I get a throw net on you? Missed, unfortunately. So let's just try to banish you to a dark oblivion, please. Okay, racked with pain. I hate that. So let's just actually teleport over to you. And now you're going to disappear. Fine. That's fine. I don't care. Whoa! I do care about that, so we're going to leave. We're going to get our phase shift up, and we're going to distort you somewhere else, please. Maybe a couple of airstrikes. Almost dead. Almost dead, please. Alright, so yeah, we're a little bit low on the health situation, but part of that was because we just got tormented. You know, when you get tormented and then an executioner comes after you, you know, that's sort of a 1-2 punch. Pretty devastating. They actually took down that executioner reasonably well. I guess they can use pain. That's part of the reason why they're so tricky, huh? Not only do they hit you hard, but they also hit you hard with that pain. Which is why the negative energy resistance is kind of nice, too. Heal up just a minute. Yeah, there we go. So we're taking care of some of these threats, right? A bunch of executioners gone. There's can only be so many executioners, right? We took out 1 million of them. And then one curse skull. Well, there's another one at least. So I know Pan's an infinitely large place. I'm sure there are respawns in Pan. I think that they do eventually go away. More. Oh, crap. Curse skull summoned 2 executioners, right? These guys are both summoned. No. No. I don't want to fight 2 summoned. Oh, no, I don't want to fight 2 summoned executioners. Let's blink over here. Okay. Are all these guys summoned? Or are they just sort of like, well, these guys that got teleported away, and now they're just sort of coming back to get me. A couple more controlled blinks seem to be in order. I need to be able to sort out this cursed skull real quick. And a couple of controlled blinks seems to be the best way to get out of here. I might get contaminated if I keep this up. You're real. I don't like being so... Yeah, one more control blink up here, I guess. Sure. And is this a safe wall? No, not really. I was sort of hoping that it was. Nice. Executioner gone. Anaconda gone. I'd rather only deal with real executioners, please. That's a store policy. No summons allowed. You know, if you start allowing the summons to come in, then it opens up the floodgates. You know, that's why you have to have captchas, you know, to make sure that these summons don't use your website, you know, spam your website. Otherwise, summoners are just going to take over everything. Like, democracy is impossible in a system of summoning. You know, if the summoners can get registered to vote, register all of those executioners, and then they just throw the elections, it leads to a problem. It leads to abuse of the system. So let's try to avoid that. And just kill the cursed skulls. Yeah, I'm going to vote no on Prop 27. You know, it's an anti-summoning bill. We got to get this cursed skull, alright? He was the one who was causing all these problems. I hate the fact that the cursed skull can actually, like, summon 1 million guys. 1 million executioners at that. I'd love to just send you to the Abyss, where you belong. Yeah, see, this is... I think I'd rather come over here. He's going to try to summon a bunch of guys to, like, impede us. But if we can just blink towards him, it's going to be okay. Maybe an airstrike to finish the job. Got him. That worked so well. That curse goal was pretty wimpy. Good? Good. Alright. We're feeling good. We're being methodical about this. You know, it's taking a little bit longer than I expect, but we're not panicking in the same way that we had with that stupid Hellion Islands. Might as well get that gold. I can't resist gold. There's more executioners down there, but they seem like they're going to leave us alone. I'd rather come up here and see if we can finish off Glorgsvlok now and company. Probably more curse skulls in here. You know, if there's 2 curse skulls, there's probably more. Just tab our way generally through these guys. We got constricted. Alright, so we'll throw up our buffs, actually, for real. Life Force is back. Feeling good. Potion of Mutation. Don't necessarily want that. So let's see what's going on in the middle here. If anything, we want to be focusing on peeling out these guys who are hanging out in the middle. Scroll of Silence is not going to help us against demons. There's a couple executioners. Alright, so there are still a couple executioners around. I love the fact that I can get this stab. I don't know if I should risk getting any more stabs other than that. No, I should not. Wow. Alright, so there's the rune, though. Should we just snag it? Should we snag it right now? I'm going to go for it. Press A. Port the rune. What color is it? Real quick. It's the dark rune. It's gray and light gray. Press it. Okay, we're getting mist. That's good. Pick it up. Pick up the dark rune and feel its power. Didn't even get that hurt. Alright, now blink into that hallway. Or do I even have to blink? Let's just step away. Step away before, if I get hit. Okay, I get hit. But now I can't. I only have to fight one at once. So we'll throw up our phase shift. We'll do some other stuff. And then we'll just start tabbing. Taking out Glorksvlak's Royal Guard here. That worked really well. Okay, that's fine. You guys are gone. I already got your rune, buddy, so I don't even know what that means for you. I don't know if he can sense that and he's now outraged and he's like maybe on a path towards me. Or maybe he's just sort of sulking around or, you know, I mean, pacing frantically. I don't know how Glorksvlak reacts in these situations. I don't know the guy. Different people react in different ways in these sort of disastrous situations. Alright, some people break down, some people want revenge. I get the feeling that Glorksvlak is the slightly vengeful type. I mean, I know if I leave, he's going to follow us. And I can't imagine that he's gone pretty too far. I mean, I imagine that he knows that I can't have gone far either. If I were him, okay, there he is. If I were in the situation, I would seal off the gates, right? That's the most important thing, because once you jump through to another gate, you're sort of gone through the infinite realm of Pan. Although I guess that actually doesn't even seem to hold true anymore now that they can follow you. But that would be my strategy. Make sure they can't jump to another realm. It's like disable the warp drive, you know, follow the warp signature. And we're good. So we do want to take out Glorksvlak. I don't like the fact that he's got one more executioner there to help him out. Maybe I should like shoot some stuff at him. These are box of beasts. Nice. The elephant and an anaconda. Cool. Alright, and maybe we can try this File of Floods now. Yeah, look at this. Alright, so here we go. Let's shoot a File of Floods at him. And then see if our theory is correct about those Files of Floods not being cumulative. Okay, moderately wounded. I love that. Yeah, unfortunately, it seems to make both of our Files of Floods inert at the same time. I really don't like that. That's really annoying, right? So I guess we'll just have to drop one of those. We'll drop our duplicates. Is that true of the Fan of Gales as well? I'm tempted to use Fan of Gales right now because, well, he's right next to us. Let's try it just to see if there's an experiment. I mean, we're taking out all the stops here. Use a Fan of Gales. You get blown over there, but a lot of my other guys get blown over there too. And now both my Fan of Gales are inert. Alright, so it's not worth carrying around duplicates of that. I don't know if that's like a change or whatever. We're getting tormented. Can I try to hit you with an Eric Strike or something? I don't know if that's the best option. I mean, he's sort of surrounded by my guys up there. Violently strikes Glorksvlak. Yeah, just keep up the pressure. Water Elemental destroyed, but I kind of like the fact that we're laying on the pain here. Just don't torment me or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I feel like so long as he's distracted by my dudes, he's less likely to torment everybody. Yeah, check this. I mean, this is pretty amazing. Glorksvlak is almost dead. He's just sort of ganged up on. Engulfed in the dark miasma. Sure, you guys don't appreciate that, but you're also almost dead. 4 more airstrikes plus my minions. Poison Arrow is okay. Well, that's wouldn't be my first choice of a spell against an air elemental. I know I'm looking a little bit low on health, but I got to just keep up the pressure right now. We got to keep trying with the airstrikes. One more airstrike. We got him. Nice, and we got him with the airstrike. Brilliantly. Blast him apart with the fury of the air. Nice. Storm clouds coming down on you, Glorksvlak. You are done. We got your rune already, so, you know, this was really not even necessary. This is just for our personal sense of satisfaction. Glorksvlak is dead. More executioners here. Let's get our phase shift going on. And now our warp weapon. We don't have enough magic, but yeah, you guys can help out for a second. Just back off here. You go in the water. And we'll just try to take out this executioner. I don't think we need to use a heal wounds or anything like that. Now we use warp weapon and take you out. Good. Alright, you guys can just clean up the mess. I'm sure he made a huge amount of noise with all that craziness, all that zaniness there. Get him, buddy. Cool, yeah, and we'll help out in the back with an airstrike maybe. Oh no, we should probably use a phase shift. We've got limited magic here, but the Executioner's going to die. I feel like my Chimera is pretty good. Right? Can we maybe get a distraction stab in on him? Okay, well, a Chimera blinked away for some reason, but maybe that gives us the opportunity to get this distracting stab. We still have our Distortion Blade up, and he's dead. Alright, maybe we should just be getting out of here. There wasn't really any gold to speak of. I don't know if there's any loot back here. Maybe it's just going to be a lot more dangerous foes. I really just want a quick place to rest up. Can you do that for me? Let's eat a meat ration. Rest up here. This is fine. Yeah, okay, now we're back up to mostly fighting form. I feel like probably most of the people back here would have been attracted towards us already. Come on. Okay, well, maybe not. But I don't mind fighting a couple more Executioners. Honestly. Fighting Executioners is kind of fun. It's a good experience. No worry about Torment or anything. That Torment and Hellfire are the two things that you dread at all costs, basically. Torment less so, obviously, if you're, you know, undead or something like that. But we just feel super great. I think that's a pretty good place to call it. Let's maybe fight these last few dudes over here. Distortion, yeah, we can fight these guys and then jump into this portal here whenever we feel like it. We've done what we need to do. Oh yeah. This is just overkill. Just making sure that nobody steps back up and fills in the power vacuum, you know, that forms when one of the Pan Lords dies. You never know how that stuff works, you know. I mean, I don't know what the line of succession is like or anything like that, but maybe one of the second command here, one of the Executioners decide to step up and take the crown and become the new Glurksflock Jr., and then we'll have all sorts of new problems to deal with. So it's better to just wipe out the entire bloodline if possible. As brutal as that is, you know, you can't be brutal enough when you're dealing with demons. Harrigan is sort of, you know, very anti-demon, anti-summoner, anti-pandemonium in general. But we did it. We got the rune. That's what we were really after. More than halfway done in that regard. Nice. 8 out of 15. So we got the dark rune, got the glowing rune, got the demonic rune. 2 more to go in pandemonium. Or 3 more to go. Wait. Yeah, okay. 2 more to go in pandemonium. Then we have the golden rune and then 4 in hell. That makes sense. Very good. So let's actually just call the video there. We'll see what happens when we jump through this portal in the next video. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time.